Hello guys, I'm finally ready to remove the crankshaft assembly that's under my sprinter. It is right there. I'm going to undo all those bolts, and I'm also going to remove this chain and the tensioner and show you how this removes. There's like 12 bolts underneath that I gotta undo. My first step is to remove this pulley right here. It takes a T45 type of tool. I already have removed 3 bolts, and I'll go ahead and remove that one. Now that the bolts are out, this piece is kind of hanging loose. Just go ahead and pull it off. Looks like it even had some oil in it. So now this chain is pretty much pretty loose, and that's what it looks like inside, where this chain is. I believe to remove the chain completely, I need to first remove the harmonic balancer and then have access to the chain, but it's not in my way right now. I could always pull it up, keep it from getting in the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these bolts off. This is a number 13 and those are number 13. As you notice, these bolts, they kind of look different, but they still take number 13. So I have a couple tools ready. I have the longer one and the shorter one. This is what I'm going to be using, like one of those and one of those, just in case. So I'll go ahead and remove those and show you guys what's next. I have decided to remove the harmonic balancer. Right here, it takes a number 27 type of socket. I got this long cobalt arm here, and this is the way I'm going to take it off. Look how long I have this handle. I'm actually going to try to do this with the one arm. Yeah, look, the bolt is spinning. Of course, I got so much pressure on there. I may not even need this extra piece of power, but look at this, guys. Isn't this cool? You might be wondering, some of you, what this is, and some of you may know. This is the bar that you use to tighten your load down if you have like a flatbed and you tighten your straps using this. But it works really nicely because it's got this little loop here, and it's so easy to use it in any direction. If you need to go down, just do it that way. If you need to go up, you know, that way, and it's, as you can tell, it's pretty nice. Of course, a pipe will work just as well if you got a nice pipe. But yeah, I got this little bolt loose here. Now it spins freely. Let me see if it's gonna remove. I'm thinking might as well. I'm taking everything apart. Might as well remove the harmonic balancer. It is kinda in the way. Okay, set this aside. Here's the bolt. Usually there needs to be like some kind of like harmonic balancer puller. I don't have one of those. But anyway, that's how you remove the bolt. I'm gonna try to actually see. I'm gonna pause the video and see if I could pull on it with 2 hands, see if it's gonna come off. But usually you need to kind of like press it out. Anyways, that's how you remove the bolt. I'm gonna leave the harmonic balancer in there since I don't have the puller, and it's really kind of not bothering me at the moment. I think the most important part of this video is to show you how to remove this bolt, because they're on there pretty tight. You do need some muscle to pull that thing off, or a long bar like I've used, and that made things a lot easier. Plus, with this thing being tight so much and everything you might hear about it, kind of like all this misinformation that it's tight, the way it's tightened, that you need to actually remove it clockwise, No, this is still counterclockwise that you need to remove, you know, to remove it. So I'm just putting this bolt right back. So anyways guys, once I get the actual harmonic balancer puller, I'll make a video how to actually pull it off. But at this moment, I'll just leave it be. Thank you. Okay guys, I'm just getting started and already I'm encountering little problems with these bolts that shape kind of weird. As you could tell, this is a number 13 socket. You could tell right there. I also have a 13 socket, well, not a socket, I have a wrench that's on there, and that bolt is loose. I got it loose with a wrench, but you can't get everywhere with the wrench, so that's one of the places you can. But look what happens when I'm trying to put this number 13 on. It just doesn't fit. So this needs to be some kind of deep socket, like that actually has a longer portion, number 13, like a star wrench. This would not be appropriate tool, but at this point I don't see one in my toolbox that I could use, including in inches. They just won't fit it. So I could use this wrench, or I could use a bent wrench that I have, that I could actually get up close. But I'm gonna look some more, see what else I have, because I do have plenty of tools. It's just sometimes when you're starting to do some kind of job like this, you just never know what you're gonna run into, what kind of tool you might be missing. This is how I end up buying all my tools, because every time I work on something, boom, I need something. So this might be a run to a parts store, number 13. And what I mean by like a deep socket, I mean this is a deep socket. I just want the actual piece that actually attaches to be long, because the center portion is just obviously too narrow. If I try to install it, it looks like it goes all the way, but it's not. It just goes loose. So it's a little tricky. It seems like a number 14 would fit. And yeah, if you're gonna take a number 14 socket, put it right over it, it actually will fit, but you're gonna end up stripping it. So you'll need a number 13 that's kind of long. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave these bolts alone for now. I already have loosened these bolts here. I've loosened 6 of them. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling them off. What I'm wondering if these inserts, I'm not sure what to call them, they're going in between this bottom piece. Let me see if you could see it. They actually go up against a crankshaft. It's supposed to be like these little inserts. They're sort of like metal seals. I don't know if I could call them seals. Some kind of like a metal gasket. But they're special. I'm sure they got an appropriate name for them, but I don't know all the names, but I will by the time I get done with this. Taking apart this engine that I have here, like as a spare Sprinter. This is kind of like an early project. I wasn't thinking about starting to work on this engine yet, but because I want to take the torque converter out, I need to get this engine loose. As you've seen in my other videos, this engine is locked up, and I'm not sure why it's locked up, because the head is already out, all the pistons are out, and it's still locked up. Okay, what I wanted to show you is these pieces here. These little metal inserts. If somebody knows the name to them, you could put it in the comments. Because I'm sure some of you guys that's watching, you're a much better mechanic than I am. I watch other guys too that work on different kind of stuff, but I haven't seen any YouTube videos that cover this subject, and I haven't looked at it yet. So I do got Sprinter books. I got original CDs for 2002 through 2006 models, and I have it for the later models as well. I've read some stuff, but there's a lot of material to read there, so I'm trying to only take it one day at a time. But yeah, I'm kind of imagining one of these little inserts will be twisted. on this crankshaft. This is probably why it's causing my engine still to be seized up. This is the only thing that I could think of at the moment. So anyways, I'm gonna try to remove the rest of them. So here I go for the second part. My fingers are now becoming oily. It's kind of hard to get a grip on things, but it's not easy to work with gloves. Because I'm shooting this video with my Samsung Note 4. And it shoots a nice video, but holding everything with my hand makes it a little bit difficult. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade to using something else for filming. I have a pretty nice Samsung NX 2000 or 200 camera that I might be using to film some of this stuff. What's kind of easy about the camera is when you film it, I have it linked to my phone. It's actually going to send videos directly right into my Samsung phone. That makes things a lot easier. Alright, so this piece is out. Let's see what it looks like. So this already kind of came out, and it's got a lot of scratches. I mean, this might be part of the problem. Look at this. Wow. I mean, if you guys could see this, this is definitely not the way it should look. There is my problem right there. I mean, it created like a lip. It is really literally bent. Wow, I haven't seen any of those. Look, it even like has like a little hole that you could see through it right there. Maybe originally, like I have seen some like that has like a little marking like where it was touching where the hole was, but this hole looked like it just rubbed through. Wow, definitely interesting. I wonder if it's just one like this or if I have more than one. So I'm gonna try to continue removing it, and we're gonna see if the other ones are like that. Okay, I'm back at the bottom here. I got these bolts hand tight. Well, this one is not stuck. This one did not come out. It's got tiny scratches in there. They're not very deep. When I put my nail on them, it doesn't sink in. And it's still on there. So I'm gonna try to spin the harmonic balance. I'm just gonna try to see that get the things loose. Let's see if that works. A little update. So I actually got it spinning. The trick is to put this chain all the way down. I was leaving it up, and that kind of allows the chain to just be moving naturally. Since all this other stuff is disconnected, it's just moving perfectly. Look how easy it is. I'm only moving it one direction, but it's kind of moved the other direction as well. Earlier I actually untightened the bolt, so it's not very tight, but it's enough for it to actually move. there you go, guys. I mean, I did not actually imagine myself having to remove all the stuff just to get it moving like this, to get it unstuck. It's not definitely, well, maybe it is. I mean, it could still be bent valves, but the valves seem kind of good on the head. When I removed it, I actually have a video about it. The valves looked fine to me, but maybe to somebody else that looks at them. I mean, I would still replace the valves. I'm not going to install those same valves in there. I would be buying brand new valves, brand new, this kind of stuff here. I would not be using all this original stuff. And probably even piston rings I would buy brand new. And anything else that's recommended. But I do not take the engine apart just to put all the old parts back in there. It definitely would defeat the purpose. Guys, I have things propped up, ready to go. So, because before I had it propped up on the actual torque converter, I had that pushed up against it because I had to remove the oil pan, and since the torque converter was so stuck, it made a lot of sense for me to actually use it as a support. I put a piece of block underneath and it held this engine nice. And it's not very that heavy once you remove all the stuff from it. So let's see if this spins now. Yeah, look, this is very exciting. So now it already rotates. So I'm gonna try to put a bar on it. I wanted to see if it actually does it hand tight. Of course, the chain's in the way. I'm gonna have to probably prop it up just a little bit, you know, to give it some movement. I'm gonna take a screwdriver and pull it out a little bit. This is what I actually done to keep the chain actually from slipping all the way to the bottom. I think it may help things. This is all the cylinders. I'm not sure how good they are yet. I haven't cleaned them or anything. They kind of seem okay to my eye. So let's get this thing spinning. Yeah, rotates freely. This is just what I've been hoping for. Does not do it all the way. Probably because no, that one's, the bolt is actually undoing, that's why. I don't want to really spin it all the way because I think this chain actually might be still in the way. Yeah, it's sort of pulling the chain back. But anyways, this is enough for me to at least spin it far enough so I could actually remove the torque converter. And you will not be able to see the bolts to it right now since I got those pieces of block over there. I will end up cutting some 2x4s to size and propping it up on the sides of the engine. This is what I'll end up doing. I'm going to use the supports, but I'm going to run it up against the sides. I'm going to cut a proper length and support it, and I think it's going to hold pretty well. Give me like a little window to the torque converter. But finally, this was my plan, so that's what I'm going to be doing next, is removing the torque converter. I don't need to really loosen any more bolts in here since this thing is spinning. So there you go. So over here, when I was spinning, I noticed some of these fell out. This was the first one that I was showing you guys. And look at this. Look how bad it is. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's got like lips on it, like all over. Oh wow. Okay, this is why I'm missing a piece. They're actually stuck on top of each other. Look, they actually grind. I'll keep it as a souvenir, I guess, to show people what could happen. And I know I need to learn the proper word for this. So if somebody could help me with that, put it in the comments below. I know this might be funny to a lot of you guys. I don't even know what the names of these things are, and yet I'm attempting to do a job like a Mercedes Sprinter engine. But I have 4 of them, might as well learn sometime, right? So I've been doing all the exterior stuff on the engine, fixing all this like injectors, everything on the exterior that fails. But the engine is going to be something I'm definitely gonna learn, and I already know some stuff about the transmission, so I will actually make those videos as we go along to show you guys exactly all the stuff on the Sprinter, because you maybe did some of them, maybe you haven't, so it might actually help. So anyways, this concludes the video. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me grow my channel. And have a good one, guys. Thank you.